Alrighty, welcome to our call today, everyone. We are going to be discussing the connection of your character and why. So why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to weigh less, weigh more, stay the same, or be healthy? Why would you want to learn how to paint? Why do you want to take that class? Why do you want that degree? Why do you want to travel? Or why do you want to stay home? Why do you want to get up in the morning? Why do you want to stay in bed?
And what are you doing? And why are you doing it? Because knowing this gives clarity and direction to focus on. It creates our purpose. So what is your purpose, your why? In life or in anything?
What is your purpose for today, for this session?
I'm just going to quickly talk about the meaning of purpose. And according to Google, powered by Oxford Languages, the reason which something is done or created, a person's sense of resolve or determination. And the verb has as one's intention or objective.
Knowing your why, having a purpose, really gives you clarity, and it provides motivation to get where you want to go. It's a reason, a guiding light that nudges you or tugs you forward when you get stuck or doubt yourself.
And it strengthens who you are, your character. Connecting your why and your character will help you reach success.
So let's take a moment and explore your why, and then we'll focus on some of the traits that will benefit you.
So whether it be the big why of life or a little why, let's ask some questions. And remember, there's no right or wrong answers here. We're not in school. It's your answers, only what you need to be aware of. So let's take a moment to answer those questions.
What is it you want to do? Just take a moment, jot this down if you can. Like, I want to, for example, I want to be an international speaker. And you can share in the chat if you want to.
And thinking about what you want to do, why are you doing it? So is it because you have a message to share with the world? And it could be a single goal or a category vision. And share that too if you want to.
So let's take this to another level and explore your why even more. And we've got a bunch of questions here that might help you to get deeper into your purpose or your why.
Okay, Dani, so let's look at some examples. And while we're doing that, our listeners can feel free to write down their own. So what gets you out of bed in the morning?
Well, lots of things. I'm excited to meet new people or to talk with friends, to work on projects with friends, to learn new things. But most of all, I get out of bed because I love to write. And that's the first thing I do every morning. And
okay,
tea.
Brilliant. And tea. So what lights you up?
Writing and more writing, tea, and just connecting with people, being creative in my, I'm going to see how many times I can fit tea into.
So what does that look and feel like? Not the tea. I don't mean the tea.
So these things excite me and they bring me joy, delight. It feels like smiles and hugs. It feels awesome, a feeling of connectedness, strength, powerful, and energized, feeling energized.
Okay. And what keeps you in bed and comfortable?
The comfort of my sheets. If I want more sleep, I feel very safe in my bed because it's very fluffy and cozy. And if I'm feeling doubtful or I don't want to deal with the day or people or things or events, or sometimes fear, if I'm feeling afraid. So negative emotions sometimes I will postpone getting out of bed as long as possible.
So what does that look and feel like?
Well, it's safe. It's cozy, so cozy. There's warmth, comfort, softness, sleepy.
Okay, so let's move on to what do you enjoy?
Drinking tea, reading books, creating, writing, cozy spaces, walking outside, being with my family, family game nights, nature, meditation, space. I love quiet mornings before everyone else wakes up.
So what do you not want to do?
Stress out, feel overwhelmed, burn out, get affected by negativity, engage with toxic people, and call the repairman, get my fence fixed, get my gutters cleaned, events that drain my energy.
Okay. So who do you want to be?
I want to be a confident, certain, creative, courageous, playful, compassionate, inspiring muse who helps others to see the light in themselves and shine bright, and who offers tools to those going through challenging times. I'd love to be an international and a motivational speaker and author who loves to write and connect with different cultures.
So who do you not want to be?
Egotistical, self-centered, complaining, stuck in my old stories and pain, needing validation from others, afraid, weak, a workaholic, narcissistic, fearful, self-doubting, feeling worthless.
Okay, so who do you want to help?
Everyone. In particular, people who are dealing with life challenges, especially diagnoses and those in caregiver roles. I want to help people who want to grow and learn, people who want to make a difference, people who want to do life book or better themselves, and most importantly, who are willing to do the work.
And why do you want to help them?
I really like being able to take the weight off of someone's burden, to give tools that have worked for me to help. I like to help people, and I want to help people shine when they've been dimming their lights, and to show that compassion and understanding are really key in our connection to ourselves and others.
Okay, so it's going to make theirs and your own life better?
Yes.
Okay, so who do you not want to help?
Well, if they are happy where they are, I wish them blessings and totally support them, but I don't think I can help them because they're happy. So if people don't want to help themselves, closed minds, because I think it's important that people be open to possibilities. So if they're not open to possibilities and just don't want to be helped.
Yeah. And have you ever been in the flow? And what I mean by that is when time passes without you being aware of it, because you're usually doing something you're fully focused on or you're enjoying, you just get lost in space.
Yes, quite often.
And what were you doing then when you were, yes.
I feel like I should add drinking tea, which is not the case, but when I'm writing, painting, discussing deep topics, when I'm holding space for others, when I'm reading, walking, when I'm walking and talking with friends, especially, time does not exist.
Okay. So what are your gifts?
I want to say spontaneous meditation, connection, connecting the dots, listening, problem solving, creating events to share our tools with others, and living the life book lifestyle.
And why do people come to you? For what reason?
Most people come to me because they want to grow. They like me. I listen to them. They know that I can help them, or they've heard that I can help. They really like my meditations. They trust me. They believe in me, and they like my style, passion, grace, and positivity.
Fabulous.
So we just went through a whole bunch of questions really fast. But let's think about, you can come back to these, but right now, why are you here? So after doing this exercise and with all these questions, let's look at the words and repeating patterns or things that you have a strong connection to from your own answers.
So from our example answers of me asking Dani the questions, we identified some specific connecting words, and they were muse, connection, the word connection itself. Oops, sorry.
A little enthusiastic there, Heidi.
Yep. We have technology trouble every time we do this, so let's, come on.
We know how to manage our emotions, right?
Exactly. Muse, connection, writing, creation, meditation, listening, growth, compassion, life book, cozy space, and comfort.
Don't forget the T.
I'm going to forget the T because that's just a given. Okay.
So if you look at your own answers, look for words or repeating patterns that come through for you. So, and if you can think of other words that come to mind as well, that can be really helpful.
And we did that before the event and thought about what other sort of words and repeating patterns came through. And ours were empowering, creating experiences, inspiration, and encouragement. So what's the price you're willing to pay?
For me, it would be, I'm willing to learn and grow. I'm willing to do hard things, to step out of my comfort zone. And I'm willing to get up early, to go to bed early, and to, pay attention to what I'm eating. And
what's the outcome going to be of doing that?
Well, if I'm taking care of myself, with self-care, if I am eating the right things, if I'm getting enough sleep, then you get energy from that. And you sleep, sleeping and eating well can make a huge difference. And for me, it would enable me to better manage my emotions, to get through the day with clarity.
So everyone on the call, look again at your own answers that you came to on the questions, and look for if there's any more patterns or words that you can see that resonate with you strongly, because this is all starting to give you your purpose, your why.
So, did you have another question for me, Heidi? Did I miss it?
I don't think I did.
So when you dig into your purpose and pulling out the patterns, it will give you a stronger connection, basically. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the connections. We're looking for the purpose. And you can do this on your own. We have a handout that is available at the end. And so you can go back and you can do this. You can do this multiple times. We are just touching the surface today. We've only got an hour. So.
Okay. So I don't know whether anyone noticed when I said what the definition of purpose was, but I'd actually mentioned two other character traits. One was resolve and the other was determination. And these traits will take you to where you want to go, because resolve is to see things through, find a solution, and determination, and life bookers do think of your daily habits and sacred choices, is the path to help you get there.
These two traits connect us to two other traits that we're going to need: courage and confidence. Both resolve and determination, they need courage in order to step outside of your comfort zone. And this in turn builds your confidence, and as a result of these, you grow. And this can be done in leaps and bounds, or as we prefer, baby steps, daily habits. Confidence is about a sense of certainty, even if things seem or feel uncertain. And appreciating yourself. We can always tie gratitude into this, because you know that you're going to get where you need to go. And I think it was Mel Robbins who has said, confidence it's simply trusting that whatever happens, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, and this is why working with your beliefs and emotions is so important. And we've covered both of those in previous events. And at the end of this session, there'll be a link and also in the handout so that you can go and look at those on YouTube. All right. Okay, so we don't determine your success, only you can do that, and only you know what success looks like. And if where you ended up isn't where you expected, then look back. Were you trying to force things or allowing a flow? Were you pushing the universe? Because if you did, you know damn well it's going to push you back. So question what you want to do and understand why you want to do it. It's about questioning your life and gaining clarity. And does clarity give you more confidence and courage?
Having clarity, knowing why and where, really enables you to gain courage, which in turn builds your confidence as you move forward. It helps you to adapt when life has different plans than yours. And we all know plans often go awry. I mean, it's just the way life works. So knowing what you want to do, knowing where you're headed, and then when the unexpected happens and your path or journey shifts, you can still find your way. I think I've heard this somewhere before, Heidi. Could it be a life book?
Could be life book. So your purpose, what is it and why do you want it? What's it going to take to get you there? Have you got courage? Where does that come from? And how can you get more? And why do you want more courage? Have you got enough already? What would it take for you to believe that you have enough?
So let's play a game, everyone. I'd like you to think of something that you want. And my screen just flipped. So, okay, think of something that you want. Come up with about 5 to 10 things that you want. It could be any subject, any area of life. Do not limit yourself. So if time, money, and skill were not an issue, especially, we're going to give you about 5 minutes, come up with this list. And then after you list each thing, list why you want it and what it means to have it. So I'm going to get my timer ready.
Dani set the timer.
And go.
So as a reminder, you're listing 5 to 10 things that you really want. Doesn't matter what it is. And then for each of those, why do you want what's on your list? What's it going to mean to you to have each of them? And as you're listing the 5 to 10 things, think about which one's the most important to you. Which one means the most to you? Just think about putting them in an order of priority. That may come about from the name of what they are, or it could be how they're going to make you feel. What's going to make number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on? It's not about perfection, because we don't have that on this call. We're all about progress.
And remember too, we're just doing this on a quick scale today. So just jot it down. We noticed, Heidi and I have noticed in the past, when you do things at a quick level, you have less chance to overthink them.
Yes. And it ends up holding some truth. Because it doesn't allow your head to overrule. Going with your gut and your intuition. And sometimes it's your inner child telling you, this is what I need.
We're at the halfway mark. So 2.5 minutes left.
What do you want? Why do you want it? And what's it going to mean to have it? Actually allowing yourself to step into that feeling of what that looks and feels like.
think that's the key to knowing your why. That's your motivation.
Yeah, and it can be a tough one to find out.
Mm-hmm. This 5 minutes is taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
Is it taking longer than 5 minutes?
Maybe for future calls, we need to find music. We've got about 1 minute left, so.
So focusing on just the 5 to 10 things, what you want, why you want it. No limits. And what's the order of priority? What will it mean to have each of them?
$30 seconds to go.
Okay.
I refuse to sing.
Okay.
And time.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to step 2. You're going to explore deeper. So take a moment to think how you will feel when you have each of these items on your list. What will the outcome look like? What are your beliefs about each of the things on your list? Do you believe you can have them? Why do you believe you can? Or why do you believe that you can't? So now we want you to write down your beliefs, whatever comes to mind. Write down your empowering beliefs, but also the limiting ones. And yes, there will be conflicting ones. I want to be fit and healthy. I want to eat the chocolate cake. It's a pretty simplistic one, and it's a very, very common one. But yes, we have conflicting beliefs. So capture those two, pull them out. We've all got conflicting beliefs. Understanding and recognizing them is important, because then it means that we can do something about it. So again, you're going to have 5 minutes just to explore.
Time has started.
Think about how you want to feel when you have each of them.
Mm-hmm. And remember, we're doing this fast and furious. So just go with the flow, see what comes up. You can always go back. So how you'll feel if you have what's on your list, what the outcome will look like. Your beliefs. Do you believe you can have it? Why or why not? I want to start singing Jeopardy. Do, 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 do. Remember, when you write down your beliefs, it's whatever comes to mind, both the empowering and the limiting ones. When it comes to beliefs too, questions to ask if you're doubting yourself or your ability or the fact that you can have it. Did someone tell you you couldn't have these things?
Or couldn't do them?
Or couldn't do them? And we're at the halfway mark. One of the reasons why it's so important to list your beliefs, especially your limiting beliefs, you can change your beliefs. And we have a workshop available on how to do that for those that are interested, or interesting.
Everyone's interesting.
Everyone's interested.
I believe that.
I like what you did there.
It's interesting, actually. When my daughter had we were talking about this yesterday. She had the fact that she did her GCSE art, and what a dreadful and terrible time she had because she was continually told that she was no good at it. And the pair of us just played and had fun at home, just creating. And then she took in what she'd created and she got a GCSE art. So you can flip and switch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one person's view.
Mm-hmm.
And if the one person's view that's stopping you is your own view, then that can be flipped and switched too.
Yeah. So we've got about a minute left. How you feel, what the outcome looks like, and your beliefs.
Mm.
About 30 seconds to go. And the best part about this is when you list your beliefs, now you can make the commitment or resolve to address your limiting beliefs. And we are at time.
Okay.
So now, out of this list, and it's okay if it's not complete because we know time is short. You're going to pick one thing, your number one thing on this list, and you're going to look at your why. Now, what steps can you actually take to move forward towards this one thing? By committing to a step or two each day, you naturally build your resolve and your determination, which in turn is going to build your confidence because you are taking action. So I'm going to set the timer. Again, we'll give you another 5 minutes to.
Yeah. So you're going to come up with 2 to 3 action steps that you can take each day to move you toward that number one thing. The one that you prioritized as your number one. 2 to 3 action steps that you could take each day. So whatever the first 2 to 3 are, then what's the next 2 to 3 for the next day? And just start to explore what that looks and feels like. Mm-hmm. But it's about being determined to create those steps to help you move forward, whether they're big or small, because habits are powerful. And it's the habit of taking action that is going to give you the momentum and move you forward.
Mm-hmm. Habits are something that Heidi and I are big believers in. And you know, we talked before about not having enough. If you don't have the time or the finances or whatever, you can still create habits to move you forward to get those things. You know, if you need more money to make this happen, well, you can create steps, simple steps. I also want to mention that there's some great books out there. Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and there's like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. There's tons of scientific evidence that show the power of habits. So those little steps add up.
Just ask yourself the question, what steps can I take today? What steps can I take tomorrow? And just allow your mind to give you some answers. Just allow them to come. The more you do it, the more it will happen, and the quicker it happens. But do you need to work on your resolve or determination? So what action can you take to do that? And what about courage? Because it takes courage to make a commitment, to see things through. So what's going to make that courage stronger?
Mm-hmm. We're at the halfway mark.
One of those actions could be to read a book, to go and get some help, to talk about it with somebody else.
Do research on passive income.
Yeah. Change something, do something slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
What steps would other people who have courage have? What would they do?
Mm-hmm.
People that perhaps you admire or think highly of. Going back to beliefs, so what stops you doing that?
Mm-hmm. Got about a minute left. Thirty seconds. Remember to simply doing an action every day, that builds your resolve. That builds your character in general. So, all righty, Heidi, we are at time.
Okay. So we've got another step here, which is actually you can take a step further and dare to do something every day to step outside of your comfort zone. So you can make a list. It's entirely up to you whether you do this or not, but you could make a list of all the things that scare you, that might relate to your list of 5 to 10 items, and then weave those scary elements into the steps that you're going to take towards them. Can be small scary things, big scary things. That's entirely up to you. But for now, let's build your confidence and your courage, knowing that you can with the power of your why. And I'm going to hand you over to Dani, who's going to take you through a meditation to connect your character and your why.
Okay. All right, so if you have a pen and paper or space to capture your notes, I always like to encourage people to have them by when I lead you through a meditation. This is going to be a visualization. And whenever you do this meditation or visualization, you can get different insights, little ones, big ones. So I'm a big believer in recording those insights. There's messages in everything. So let's get started. Close your eyes and become aware of your body. Maybe wiggle it a bit, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and shrug your shoulders. Feel the chair underneath you. And just sit with yourself for a moment and feel. Just become aware of where your body begins and ends. And breathe. On each inhale, feel your chest lift. And on each exhale, feel the chest release down. Inhale, notice the breath entering your body. Exhale, notice it leaving. Feel and focus on the breath. As you inhale, exhale. Feel your body and its presence. Feel your awareness of it. Feel the expansiveness within your body. We are amazing beings on this planet. We walk upon a blue sphere in a vast universe of stars, planets, and space. Our sun warms us as we rotate around it. Take a moment to sit with the expansiveness of this thought. Imagine your mind drifting up and out into space. And you're looking down on the earth, our planet. Be aware of, really feel the space that's around you. And while you're here, looking down at the blue planet, take a moment to sit with how we're all part of something that is greater than us. Even a part of this immense space, we have the power. Each and every one of us has the power and ability to find and live our purpose, our why. We have the power to draw forth from this energetic, expansive connection. Now, as you inhale, feel yourself returning to your body. Exhale. Notice how your body feels now. What are you aware of? And if you are just simply present, that's okay as well. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Only what you need to be aware of. If you don't know, that's okay. Just feel. Just be aware. Now, as you settle in, can you feel more expansive within your body? Can you feel the difference in your perspective? Can you feel the connection to the universe? If you do, sit with it. And if you don't, just be aware of what you notice. Let's bring the focus back to your breath. Inhale, feel it enter your body, filling up your lungs. Exhale, feel your body release and contract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Bring your attention to the tip top of your head. I want you to envision that this space, the tip top of your head, opens you up to your imagination. So just let your consciousness sit there. Imagine that you are surrounded by a white light. You find yourself in this white space, and there is a mirror before you. What kind of mirror do you see? Is it plain, ornate? Does it have a border or a frame? Just observe it. Take a step forward and look into the mirror. Look at your reflection. How would you see yourself? What would you look like if you had a strong sense of resolve? How would you see yourself if your determination empowered and strengthened you? If you were courageous, daring to step from your comfort zone and do things that scared you? How would you see yourself if you were unabashedly confident, if you radiated the confidence that you felt? Confidence is simply knowing that you will figure things out. It means that we can call on our resolve, determination, and courage while being fueled by our why. Really feel the confidence, the courage, the resolution, and the determination in your reflection. Imagine bringing your hands together and imagine your why, your purpose, your reason for being who you are, for being the person that you just saw in the mirror, the confident, resolved, determined, and courageous version of you in your hands. Even if your why isn't clear, imagine that you are holding it, that you subconsciously know what it is. And then look at it. What does it look like? What are you holding in your hands? Is it contained? Is it a form of energy? What are you holding in your hands? What kind of energy does your why have? Recognize that what you are imagining holding in your hands is a precious gift to yourself. Let yourself smile as you hold it. Is it soft, smooth, fragile, strong? Whatever it is what you need. Imagine sending this gift in your hands love. Fill it with love so much that the love overflows and spills out and around you into the air. Maybe your love has a color, but just let the love flow until you find yourself smiling. You're holding this gift. You're holding love in the palm of your hands. Taking this gift that you've just created for yourself, this gift that you have filled up with love, you can open it if you need to see what's inside. Or just take the whole thing and place your why and your purpose into your heart. Embody it into your heart and let the energy flow up to the top of your head and down to your feet, into the earth, grounding you into the earth, giving you a sense of certainty. So even when things are seeming uncertain, you know that your why is a part of you. You can feel that you are grounded and strong. Your why, this gift, is your key. Anytime you need it, it is there, and you can always access it. Look back into the mirror in front of you. What does your reflection look like now? What key traits do you notice about your reflection? How are you standing? How are you feeling? Are you smiling? Do you feel stronger? More energized? What has changed? Make a mental note. Look closely and observe your reflection. Smile at yourself. Put a hand up to the mirror and touch your reflection. Connect with your reflection. This is the version of who you are becoming. This is the version of you connected to your why and your character, both supporting you on your journey to success, whatever success means to you. When you are ready, put both hands on your heart and let's focus back on the breath. As you inhale, feel your chest rise as you become aware of your body. As you exhale, feel your chest release. Inhale, become aware of your body. Exhale, feel what you're sitting. Inhale, awareness. Exhale, relax. Become aware of your body. Become aware that you are just a little bit different than when you started. Notice how you feel. When you are ready, bring your attention to your toes. Wiggle them and feel the bottoms of your feet. Notice your fingers. Wiggle them and bring your attention to the palms of your hands. Bringing your palms together in front of you, let your body move a bit from side to side. And gently, ever so gently, open your eyes with love. Now take up your journal, your pen, type into your computer any observations from this experience. What did you learn? What did you see? What do you want to explore more of? What did your why look like in a physical form? How do you feel now? What details do you need to be aware of and take note of? Thank you for joining us. I hope that you enjoy this meditation. And this meditation is available separately as if you want to return to it and try it again. And we'd love to know about your experience. You can share in the chat.
Thank you, Dani. That was lovely, as always.
Thanks.
I love in that meditation when we go out into the universe, because that just gives me such a tingle, such an amazing sensation. So our closing thought is, I value myself by being successful, whatever that means to you. And what helps you do that? Well, there's the little acronym underneath that, which is WRDCCS. And if anyone can remember any of those letters or the whole lot, what did they stand for? Right back at the beginning of our presentation or our event. So share in the chat if you can remember what any of those stood for. I don't know whether everyone's busy writing down from your meditation or they can't remember and don't want to embarrass themselves.
Well, you know me, I always give people a lot of things to think about. So
Yeah.
it's the questioner in me, which is always obvious by these.
Fantastic.
Henry gets an A+.
So W, Natalie, was Y, your Y. And yes to the rest. Fantastic. Brilliant. That's your mathematical equation. So do we have any questions, thoughts, shares, or feedback? How was that for everybody?
And if you have any questions about the meditation,
Yeah.
you can always contact me. So thank you guys.
Yeah. I'd love to hear, if anyone's prepared to share in the chat or live, what was your number one? What was the number one thing on your list? And what came up for you as you were going through the different steps?
Again,
Writing a book.
Thank you, Henry. Great that you joined us. Natalie, writing a book.
is somebody volunteer?
We've got a couple that have written in the chat, but you can share, Narciso. What was your number one thing?
To become financially capable to fund my charity work.
Okay. And did you come up with steps for yourself?
Well, yes. I will find a career that will actually I already find one. And going from the meditation, look like it gives me the picture how and why I need to do this.
Okay.
Because I'm already 69 years old. Oh, 68 going to 69.
69 years young.
Yeah. And I've been through a lot of trials. And So I'm revising my life vision.
Okay. And that's
Instead,
okay.
instead of for me, maybe it's for the humanity, other people, my friends, not only my friends and family, but to the humanity, all the children of God, children of Allah, and the children of the universe.
Yeah.
Yes, and after the meditation, I can see how I can do it.
Fabulous.
That's awesome.
Yes, with your help, though, with the help of the life book.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. I may also put it in I'm in my phone, but I'll put it in the messages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
John, I see my number one belief plus belong plus bride plus books plus business plus blog. I'd love you to expand on that. I'm trying to see how they fit together.
Well, I have, I believe I exist and
Mhm.
here to help people become one with God.
Ah, okay.
I've been given strategies for it. I have given revelation in the form of books
Okay.
for it. God told me that I would have a bride back in 2011. She said that when she shows up, I'll let you know. So, but I had to come to Lifebook first. And that is the character element to my life. I kind of lived as I felt like living and didn't do what I didn't feel like doing. So that has to change
Yeah. Okay.
before I can be what I'm meant to be, which is to help people accelerate I call it strategies to help to accelerate to perfection. Because
Okay.
when we come one with God, then God perfects us. We can't be perfected alone.
Okay.
So I've got quite a life yet ahead.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's the prophetic words that I've been given that know that I am right on track to be what I'm meant to be.
That's a beautiful soul's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. So how did the meditation help you, or how did the going through the steps help you? Has it helped you become clearer?
Well, they were hard because of something called ADD. Distractible mind
Okay.
hinders from staying in the present moment, which is important to. Well, it's important to be in God's presence as well and receive from Him. So that's going to change with time.
Okay. So maybe just allowing yourself some of the short times, like the 5-minute timer we gave, perhaps using that as a technique.
Well, I've got habits that
Okay.
I'm planning to form.
Mm-hmm.
Habits like consecrated time to receive from God, fitness habit,
Mhm.
and faith declarations to reprogram the mind
Okay.
by verbal repetition. And one other one, journaling.
Excellent.
And then to find steps for productive time as well.
Yes.
Like minimization is one of those things I want to be productive at getting rid of stuff.
Absolutely.
And creating the website and what else? I got it. Well, developing the curriculum for the strategies for helping people have the strategies to change their own lives.
Mm.
So one of the things that I was heard prophetically was that you will receive strategies, and so I have.
There you go.
I have.
Brilliant.
But I got to apply the strategies that I teach others.
Well, that's about taking small steps.
Yeah. Thank you.
And outlining them. Work them out. Just allow yourself some time. And it doesn't have to be lots of time that you're allowing yourself time. Just give yourself 2-3 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And just allow yourself to focus.
Yeah, thank you.
The more you can build in that habit, the more
Well,
you'll move forward.
I figure I need to make the habit of making habits.
Yeah. Then put that down as your number one habit.
Yeah. Okay.
Make time to create habits. Brilliant. Thanks, John. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We totally forgot to mention that we have a handout.
Yes, and if anyone would like the handout, just drop a little note in the chat and we'll send that to you. If you can let us know, if you're on Lifebook, we can find you through the message system there. If you're not in Lifebook, could you please drop your email address into the chat? Thank you.
All righty. Well, we are at time.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining us today. We would love to hear your comments, your feedback. We have, and I will put the link to it, a YouTube channel with previous workshops that we've done. Oh yes, there you go.
There we go. And take
if
a
you want to
screen.
just grab a screenshot of that, that's got our where you can reach us.
Yeah.
And
You can always take a screen print of that as well.
Yeah, and there's a direct link to the YouTube channel with previous meditations and events that we have done.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing one next month.
Yes, we are.
It's called Vision Outcome Results. And it is is May 20, what is that, last Friday of May? May 27th, same time. So
Yeah,
we'll be sending out information on that as well.
Yeah.
But we'd love your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have questions, comments, thank you for showing up.
Thank you. Thank you, Dani.
Thank you, Heidi.
Look forward to seeing people on future calls.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Don't forget to stop recording.
Yeah, just doing that now.